What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Trading Crypto live stream. Give me a 1-2-1-2 if everything sounds good, music sounds good, voice sounds good, everything sounds good. We'll jump into some live streaming. Happy Friday, everyone. So didn't upload hardly any videos this week. Work and life has just been absolutely nuts, and honestly you really didn't miss much. This week in crypto was pretty boring, so I figure we'll cover all the requests today on the live stream. Why not? One, two, 1, 2. Cool. So here we are, we're looking at the Bitcoin 4-year cycle. I've gone over this chart several times before, and we're still looking at this general last area. You can see that we're still within the bear market parameters. Everyone thinks we capitulated because of FTX and the bottom's already in. We still have a little bit more ways to go to possibly reach that last capitulation. And like I said, 370 days is just an estimated number. You can see that the first bear market was 406 days, second one was 378 days. So we just took the difference between those two, and we roughly have 370 days for this current one. Can it be longer? Could it be shorter? Most definitely. So we'll just have to keep monitoring that. Like I've talked about several times before on this capitulation, I still think BTC is going to be capitulating one more time, similar to this 2018. You can see the similarities very closely. You can see Bitcoin was very boring in 2018 during this time, just pretty much moving sideways. And that's what we currently had back here from June all the way until October before FTX collapsed. We saw that big capitulation down. You can see similar to 2018, we had that big capitulation down, and then we started hovering around 3,800 in 2018. You can see similar to right now, we're hovering around that 16,900, 16,800. And I still believe there's gonna be one more last push down to bring in the official bottom, similar to like there was in 2018. What I'm really looking for here is the WTX to print that next buy signal. So it printed two sell signals up here, which was that double top for BTC, and usually the WTX on the week time frame has never been wrong. Every time it's printed a green buy signal, it's been correct. It printed a green buy signal on February 15th, which actually was the bottom there of the first bear market. It printed one buy signal right here on December 24th, and that was the actual bottom right here. And it printed one earlier in July, which was not the bottom. So this is the first time the WTX was wrong. And with that, I'm still looking for that second confirmation, the second green buy signal. I think that second one will be the official bottom. So once I see that green flash on the WTX, it printed green buy signal right there, I'll make an updated video on it, and I'll most likely put the rest of my dry funds in. I have a majority of my funds already back into the market. I still have some sitting on the sides waiting to get some better prices. I mean, it's actually not a bad time to get back into the market, in my personal opinion. The prices are way down from where they previously were. I'm just getting greedy and trying to hit the bottom. And I think once we get that green print on the WTX, we will see the bottom come in for BTC, and I personally think that should be around that $14,000 area. We could possibly wick a little bit lower to 13, but I think $14,000, once we see that 14,000, I'm putting the rest of my funds in, and if it goes lower, so be it. But I think that $14,000 is going to be the general bottom for BTC. So that's pretty much my update on BTC on the week-long time frame. You can see we're still hovering at the main support area right here at 16,828, moving sideways. I still think we're going to be seeing that capitulation. You can see this bear market, well, it's technically a estimate of how long it's going to go, but we still have time to go to the middle of December 12th. So we got to keep a close eye on that. I'm mostly just watching the WTX down here on Bitcoin. So with that, we'll get into some requests. I got a lot of requests this week since I didn't upload any videos, a lot on the Discord and a lot on the comments of my videos. So I'm gonna be going through these Discord requests, and I'm gonna be trying to hit up the comment requests as well. But with that, we're gonna jump into quant real quick. Gotta cover my quant. So here we are, quant on the 4-hour. Let me blow this up so we can actually see what's going on here. You can see we did capitulate down to that $100, which I was calling for quite a while, and from there it looks like we kind of bottomed when we're starting to work our way back up. You can see the WTX did print two sell signals here previously on November 27th, and then we had that capitulation just after that. We have not printed any more sell signals on the WTX. However, we did just enter the overbought territory on the RSI. As you can see, it is a very small red signal right there. And when the RSI signals it's overbought or it flashes a red, and usually shortly after that the WTX will print one as well. And you can see we're getting rejected at this $130 area. Those round numbers are very psychological numbers nonetheless, but let's draw some fibs on this and see where we are. So if we go bottom to top right here, so currently right now on quant, I see that we got rejected at 133. The 236 is down here at 124, and then our first main support area is the 382 at around $118. The RSI is overbought. WTX hasn't printed a sell signal yet, but nonetheless, I do think we will be seeing some sort of retracement at least down to this 382 in the short term and at $118. That still would maintain our bullish momentum. We could actually come all the way down here to $130 and still be bullish on quant, because you can see we have a low here, we'd have a low here, we'd have a low here. It would be a higher low, so it still would continue that bullish momentum on quant if we did come down to the $113 range. But from what it's looking like for me, we're getting pretty oversold. We're kind of running empty on our moon juice tank here. RSI is overbought. MACD is bullish, but you can see we did have a lighter green candle, which meaning it's starting to descend. And with that, we're going to jump over to the 1 hour chart and see what's going on with the 1 hour chart on quant. So similar to the 4 hour chart, but obviously a lot shorter, because the 1 hour chart, you can see we did print that sell signal on quant. So usually what happens is, if you look at the smaller time frames, the 1 hour chart will print that sell signal, and then we'll go to the 4 hour chart, and eventually the 4 hour chart will print it, and then it'll go all the way to the day chart, and then the day chart will print it, and then we'll start a reversal. So this is kind of what I do when I'm looking at coins to be picking up, or which direction I think coins are to be heading in. You go to the shorter time frame, and I mostly just look at the 1, 4, and day charts. So the 1 hour chart printed a sell signal, which means eventually that 4 hour chart will print a sell signal, and then inevitably I think the day chart will print it. But like I said, those will take a lot longer. But we're just at the 1 hour chart right now. You can see we are overbought. RSI is completely overbought in the red. WTX printed a sell, and the MACD is about ready to flip bearish. So with that, I think our first retracement that we need to keep an eye on is $125 for quant. That is the 236 right here. So let's pull back down to the 236, and then from there I think we're going to be continuing this downwards movement. You can see we were overbought for quite a while right here from November 30th all the way till December 2nd, but we still did gradually move up with some consolidation. So nonetheless, if we do jump down to the 236 and this does fall back into the green unoverbought territory, we could be seeing some sort of consolidation right here at around $125 for quant. So on the 1 hour chart, we're going to be bearish on it. We're going to be calling a drop down to 124. If we break below 124, you can see you do have a main support at 122, but inevitably I do think if we do break below 120, what is that, $124, we'd be looking at this general area down here at 118. That would still be bullish. I mean, we're gonna be looking at these larger bottoms. We're not gonna be looking at all these little ones right here. So we technically have a big bottom right here, another big bottom right here, and then we could see that large pullback down to around $118 and get that third big bottom right there. And that would allow all the indicators to get reset, drop down, cool down, and then we could start seeing a run up there for quant. Quant isn't going to shit the bed unless BTC does. So if BTC continues doing what it's doing right now, quant's going to continue growing higher. Just healthy growth right here. This is very healthy growth in a coin that I like. I like seeing coins like this that are growing healthy, not ones that just go straight up and straight down, because that is absolute trash. When it goes like this is very, very healthy for the coin. The coin can maintain this momentum for a very long time in the slightly upwards movement. So you can see we do have a bottom here, a bottom here, bottom here. And in the short term, I think we're going to be looking for that pullback down to around $118 on quant, and then from there we could be seeing a movement to the upside. So that's kind of what I'm looking at for quant here, is a pullback down to around $118, and then we'll assess the situation at that time. We are overbought, so a retracement on quant is going to be inevitable in my personal opinion. It's just how far is that retracement going to go before we continue to the upside. Okay, so let's look at the chats. I'm invested, but I think the SP 500 is at the resistance and will drop again, taking BT sound to at least 14.5 and maybe lower again in the mid 2023 before we get a pivot on the QE for Fed. I agree with you. I think the capitulation is going to be happening towards the beginning of the year, though, down to that 14, and then after that it's going to be bopping around that general area, and it's going to get very, very boring once again for BTC. But I think we'll see that quick capitulation down on BTC to around 14 to a wick, possibly down to 13 to 12.5, and I think it's going to be a very quick drop on BTC before we start recovering. So So let me look at all these requests that I have in the Discord that I haven't looked at in a while. So we got Maker and YFI. So let's look at YFI. Let's go to CoinGecko. So YFI is up 1.1% at 6,782. I've gone over this coin several times before. It moves very, very fast in the upwards and downwards movement. That's due to the max supply and circulating supply being extremely low, and the market cap is also extremely low for a circulating supply of only 31,000. You can see the all-time high in this bad boy was $90,000 at the top of the last bull run, and the all-time low was $31 2 years ago. So here we are on the 1 hour chart. This looks very similar to quant. I mean, we just looked at quant. You can see the very similarities. You got the bottoms that are continuing upwards. We're having a hell of a time getting over this resistance at 6,761. You can see we've battle tested it quite a bit. We actually tagged it right here on November 10th. We tagged it back here on November 16th, tagged it on November 20th, and we're getting squeezed up against it. So if I just draw a general uptrend right here, probably won't be a perfect uptrend, but you get the general gist of it. And then we're going to draw a line on this resistance area that we've been having a battle in. So as of right now, we're generally heading up in this this wedge, this triangle. So for right now, you can see we did briefly break above it right now. RSI is looking pretty good. MACD just started flipping bullish as well. So we do have some momentum to break out of here. Personally though, the way that it's kind of looking is once we get up to this area, I think we're gonna get rejected and gradually move back down to around 16.4 and just continue to consolidate till we get to the peak of this triangle. And that's where we'll see some movement to the upside on this. Let's look at some fibs on this and see if that's actually the case there. Just without any fibs, it's looking like it's going to continue consolidating until we get to the peak, and then it's going to blast a little bit higher. But if we draw a fib on this, it might give us a little bit more information. So fib channel right now, you can see we did break over the main resistance area, and we're still continuing higher. We do have room to run though. That's the crazy part about it. We did break above this resistance that we've been having a hell of a time to get over. So is this the official breakthrough? It could possibly be. You can see last time we broke above it back here, we were overbought on the RSI. We broke above it, or we tagged it right here. We were overbought on the RSI. We broke above it here. We were almost overbought on the RSI. So every time we have gotten close to this resistance in the past, we were overbought on the RSI. This time we are over it and we're not overbought on the RSI. The WTX hasn't printed a sell signal, and the MACD just started flipping bullish. So who knows, with those indicators being opposite of every other time that we've tested this resistance area at 6,767, this could possibly be that breakout that we're looking for. And if this is the breakout, the next stop for this thing would be around $7,000. So if we continue up from here, I could definitely see $7,000 getting hit, which would approximately be another 3.39% to the upside. That would actually be crazy good for this coin. We'd most likely head up there, then back test this support as resistance. We'd probably head up to 7,000, then drop back down to 6,078 to test this resistance or support. And if the support held, then yeah, we'd have a reversal and we'd be going to our second stage. So there's three different stages in an uptrend. So you have the gradual growth stage, which we're currently in, and then you have the secondary stage, is where the slope increases a little bit more. So say that second growth stage would be a continuation up faster like that, and then you have your blow off top phase, which is normally like that, and then you see that retracement back down afterwards. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I've talked about it before. Is you start getting that momentum and you start gaining speed, then you hit this and you go up, and then you'll see the quick crash back down. If this is the official breakout, that means we're in the second phase of this uptrend, which would mean we'd be starting to move up quite a bit faster on YFII. So for the short term right now, and this is the 1 hour chart, we did break out. I'd be keeping an eye on 6,866, and the next stop most likely will be 7,000 if we do continue to the upside. That's on the 1 hour chart. Let's see if the 4 hour chart backs that up. Okay, so 4 hour chart. Let's see what's going on there. Blow this up a little bit so we can see it a little bit better. 4-hour chart, very similar. We did break above that well, we didn't really break above that resistance. In the 4-hour chart, we're actually testing it right now. So we're testing this resistance. Is actually support because we're just barely above it right now, but this candle still has 3 hours and 15 minutes to grow. So this candle's not going to close until 3 hours and 15 minutes. So on the 4-hour chart, you can see generally we're at a local high on the WTX. The RSI is pretty high as well. Last time we've been up to this high is usually when we start that retracement. So on the 1-hour chart, we're looking bullish. On the 4-hour chart, it's looking like we might be seeing a small pullback. I mostly chart my coins on the 4-hour chart. That's what I do for my spot and swing trades. But you can see the MACD is about ready to flip bullish as well. So this could be that possible breakout similar to the 1-hour. I'm going to give you guys 2 different scenarios here, and this is all going to be dependent on us breaking above the 6,815 and maintaining it. We're at 6,819 right now, but like I said, this candle is currently active and it still has 3 hours and 15 minutes to close. So if we close above this resistance area, then I think that continuation to the upside to 7,000 plus could be the case, because every time we've tested this, the candle has closed below this resistance area, and we're currently above it right now. But like I said, that candle's still active right here. If the candle does close below this resistance area, we're most likely to be seeing a pullback down to the 382 or this general uptrend area. So if we see a candle close below this resist or support area, I'd be keeping an eye on a retracement back down to around $6,540. So something like this, and then a continuation upwards until we get to the squeeze point right here of the uptrend. So that is kind of the case for YFII. The candle's currently active. If we break above it, you can see the next main resistance isn't until 7,389. So yeah, it's kind of looking like we're going to be seeing the pullback, though. Personally, the 1-hour chart's looking bullish, but if we just look at the indicators right now, you can see back here we tested it. We were pretty low on the RSI. We tested it right here. RSI was up at 65. We tested it right here. RSI was pretty high as well, and we're currently getting very, very tight on the RSI. You can see we are in this uptrend on the RSI as well, and eventually we'll enter the overbought territory. So as of right now, I think the indicators are a little too high for us to blast up to around 7,423. So I'd be keeping an eye on around that 236 area to around $7,000 for this coin, something like this, and then a pullback. Let's see where the volume's at. Yeah, the volume's all the way down here. Yeah, so I'd be keeping an eye on around $7,000, then a pullback for YFII. So then we got Maker. What's up, Chef? What's up, Chef in the house? Will Quant go to 100? Quant will only go back down to 100 if BTC drops to around 14. I think that $100 quant that we saw previously, if BTC doesn't drop back down, we won't be seeing $100 quant. But if BTC does have that last capitulation like I think it's going to have, then yeah, $100 quant, $85 quant would actually be on the table. If BTC drops back down to around 14,000 or 14.5, I think we'll be seeing $85 quant. But if BTC never goes back down there, we won't be seeing $100 quant anytime soon anyways. So with that, we're in the Maker now. So Maker's down 0.7% at 645. 1 million max supply with 901,000 in circulation and a little over $500 million market cap. All-time high of 6,292. Top of the last bull run, all-time low of 168. So that's pretty high at the top of the last bull run, $6,000 compared to what it's at right now. That's pretty much a 10x from where we're currently at. So Maker right now, 4-hour chart. So Maker right now is just consolidating. We're consolidating around the main volume area. MACD is heading towards a bullish crossover, but nonetheless, we'd have crossed over bullish before, but haven't really taken off. RSI is pretty much reset at 40. WTX, I mean, look at this. It's pretty much just tagging, dropping, just consolidating around this general area. Let's draw a fib on this and see what's going on. Bottom of the top right here, you do have a 786 at around 674. So as of right now, this main volume area is acting as our resistance. It's hard to fall below a main volume area as it acts as support when you're above it. It's hard to go back above a main volume area when you're below it because it acts as resistance. As you can tell, we got below it right here on November 22nd. We've been constantly battling this main volume area. So we do definitely have room to run up on these indicators and blast through here, but we've had room to run up for quite a while on this, and this has continually been consolidating. So nonetheless, let me see if I can draw a little bit of magic on here. Yeah, so as of right now, what it's looking like is just consolidating at least until the first couple weeks of December. I would have to guess. I just think something like this is going to be the case, and continually testing this out until we get to this general area right here where we get squeezed out, and then we'll be seeing movement to the upside if BTC is still at the same price. But I think BTC the first couple weeks of December is going to start crapping the bed. So I really don't see any large movements for Maker happening in the near future. I just think bopping around the same price right here is going to be the case. If you do see us break above this main volume area at around 661, next stop would be the 786 at 673. That would be your go point. So I'm going to put a star right here. If we saw a quick movement up past the 786 at 674, you can see there's a pretty large gap area right here. And I think if we did work our way up here and get over the 786 at 673, 674, it'd be a really quick run up to the 618 at 721. So I guess if you want to be bullish on this, you'd have to, you want to keep an eye on 675. That is your go point right there. Anything below that's just going to be consolidating. So if we do work our way up somehow and blast through this volume area and get up to the 786 and break above the 786 at 675, that's where you'd see that quick movement. So but I honestly don't see that happening anytime soon. But I guess if you're a Maker holder, that's the price you really want to keep an eye on, is 675. Okay, so I'm just looking at the trading request on the Discord, and we're looking in the chats too. So we have MNW. Morphous Network down 1.4 at 131. So I've talked about Morphous Network before, and it's a pretty good setup for a good run in the next bull run due to the low circulating supply and low market cap. And you can see the max supply is only 47 million, so they can't put a lot more coins in circulation. They can put approximately 10 million coins in circulation more until they're maxed out. So that means they really can't dilute the market on you guys like they did with Jasmine. With the market cap being this low, a 10x from here would only be $500 million, which is really nothing in the crypto space. You can see the all-time high was 546, top of the last bull run. All-time low was 4 years ago at 009. So let's look at Morphous Network. So MNW looks like the last time I charted it was back in the live stream, or back on November 25th. I said we need to keep an eye on this 382 area. We really didn't get up to the 382. We almost wicked to it right here, but we did not get up to that 382 where I have that star. We got up pretty dang close to it though. I guess that doesn't count as a win though. Close doesn't count as actually hitting it. But you can see we got up there, then we started that retracement. So let's just restart this. I'm going to clean up the page, remove drawings. MACD right now is, I mean, we are bearish. We are heading towards a bullish crossover, but we still are in the red. We're above the main volume area, which is actually great. So it's going to act as our support right now. RSI is at a decent size level. It's at 45. So we definitely have room to run to the upside. We haven't been overbought on this coin since October. So it looks like being overbought is kind of, I don't want to say out of the cards, but it's not likely that we're going to enter the overbought territory if we do see a run up right here, especially with the way the market's going. WTX is pretty much reset at 0 as well. So let's draw a fib on this and see what's going on. So MNW right now, you can see we're currently above the 618 at 130, working our way back up. The MACD is about ready to flip bullish. The 0.5 I really don't think is going to act as any sort of resistance for us. So for MNW right now, I'm going to be looking for a movement up to the round of 382 area to around $1.36. I think something like this is going to be the case. $1.36. I'm going to put a star there, so when I come back to this, I'll know where I predicted the price to go to. So this is going, what I'm looking for in the short term. I'm not seeing any large movements for this in the short term. You can see we are are consecutively putting in lower highs right here, lower high, lower high, lower high. So this would be very similar to that, putting in another lower high. The part that we really need to keep an eye on here is this a possible reversal? Because you can see we had a low here, low here, low here, and we technically just put in a higher low. So could this be a reversal? It could possibly be. That's just something we need to keep an eye on here. It just put in a higher low, which technically means a reversal, but this is a short-term time frame. I mean, technically those reversals of higher highs and higher lows go for, you know, the day time frames plus, but 4-hour time frame, I still call them reversals. So it kind of looks like a reverse right now. Let's keep an eye on a movement up to the 382 at 135. If we break above 135, then we definitely did reverse, and we'd be starting to look for some higher highs. And you can see the next main resistance isn't until we get up to around $1.50. So if we do get above 135, we definitely have the room to run on the RSI and WTX. We definitely have juice to run up there. So for the short term right now, if we do break above 382, I'm gonna be looking for a movement up to around 145, get to 145. Absolute highest I think we go in the short term is 150, but that is only if this is a for sure reversal area, and it's not confirmed until we break over this high right here. So I'm more confident in saying that we will go to the 382 at 136 than saying we're to go up to the negative 236 at 152. But 152 is definitely in the cards. So I guess you can say short term I'm bullish on MNW, at least up to 137, and break above 137, then we could see that moving up to 152. Yeah, MNW definitely looks like a good setup. I think a really good buy in this thing probably, well, obviously would have been back here in November 14th, but recently I think this probably would have been a good buy here at $1.20 too, because if this is a reversal, then I think this downtrend that we've been in is definitely at jeopardy of flipping bullish. FTM. So Phantom's down 3.4% at 24 cents. There's 3.1 billion coins in circulation, or 3.1 billion max that it could have, 2.5 billion in circulation, 616 million market cap. All-time high is 346 a year ago. All-time low is 001 2 years ago. So if you would have bought 2 years ago and held on at the price it's at right now in this bear market, you'd be up 12,688% in a bear market right now. That's crazy. Just shows you the power of diamond hands. So FTM, let's see, remove drawings. So FTM on the 4 hour right now is overbought. So we got 2 sell signals. We got 2 sell signals on the RSI and 2 sell signals on the WTX. We just flipped bearish on the MACD as well. That's on the 4 hour. So we're actually going to look at the 1 hour, then go to the 4 hour on this. So 1 hour, we actually started that descent. You can see the RSI did retrace, the WTX printed these sell signals, and it started its retracement as well. So just looking at the 1 hour chart, this 23.9 main volume area needs to break in order for us to see a capitulation to the downside. If we do break below this main volume area, you can see there is a pretty large gap right here in the volume until we get down to around 21 cents. So if you see us break below, I would say 23.5, which is where this kind of starts dropping off right here. That's where you'll start seeing some quick movement to the downside, similar to how after we got over this main volume area right here, you can see this is where the peak was, and we got into this gap territory, we saw a quick movement to the upside. It happens the exact same on the downside. So we have to maintain above, I would say 23.5 cents to not see a capitulation down to around 21. So on the 1 hour chart, we're starting to cool back down. So that's a good thing. We are still above the main volume area. That main volume area is going to be our support right now. So keep an eye on 23.8. I think that's going to be the retracement zone for right now. If I draw a fib on the short-term time frame, 1 hour, let's see what's going on there. Yeah, so short-term time frame, we just broke below the 618, and the 786 is sitting right on top of that main volume area. So for the short term right now, FTM definitely looks like it wants to go down to around 23.8, the main volume. So that's kind of what I'm seeing here. in the short term. I drop down here to the main volume area, then we'd have to assess the situation. So this is still bullish right now. You can see it started taking off bullish, started taking off on the 28th, and we've been putting in consecutive higher highs and higher lows. And you can see this is the high here, and if we bounced off that main volume area, that still would be a higher low, as the main low right now is around 23.2. So that was a lot of information very fast. But as of right now on the 1 hour chart, it does look like we're going to be retracing down to the 786 at around 23.8 in the short term. So now let's jump over the 4 hour chart and see what it looks like on a longer time frame. The longer time frame, same principle. You can see we did break below the 618 right here. We have the 786 just below the main volume area of 24 cents. And similar to the 1 hour, you can see this huge gap right here. And as soon as we broke above that 1618 at 21.5, that gap got filled very, very fast. So the same could happen in the downwards movement. And as you can see, we are overbought. Well, we briefly just broke back down, but we have been overbought for a while on FTM, and we just started flipping bearish as well. Personally though, I don't think we'd be heading down to this gap area right here. If anything, I could see some sort of consolidation between the 618 786 at this main volume area. We have a main volume, we have a 618, we have a 786, so just a little bit of chop and bouncing around right here. And then once we start bopping around right here, the indicators will start cooling down, and then we could be seeing a run to the upside from there. So if you want to be bearish on this coin, you really can't be bearish until you fall below 23.3 right here. If we break below 23.3, that's where we hit this gap, and that's where we'll start seeing some very quick movement to the downside to 21. So we can't be bearish on this until we break below 23.2 on FTM. But short term, similar to the 1 hour chart, I'd be looking for that pull down to around 23.8 cents on FTM. That's a nice little run we had there. It's actually kind of looking like a cup and a handle. Cup, consolidate, get that handle in, and then moon. Time hit 68. Oh, did time hit 68? So, 1 second, I need to take a swig of my pop. So Chronotech, wow, it did. It retraced back down to 68.3. This thing recently ran, and I was looking at time for, well, not looking at time. I was charting time back in the day quite a bit. Yikes. Time looks like it wants to go back down to this main volume area here at 55. You can see time's about ready to hit this gap. We hit this gap in the volume, it's going to be a quick capitulation, similar to how we hit the gap right here and we had that quick run up. If we, oh shit. If we hit that gap on the downside, oh, I just flipped it somehow. 1 second. Sorry about that. There we are. So if we hit this gap on the way down, it's be a quick drop back down to this main volume area, which is kind of looking like it wants to do. I mean, all the indicators are saying, hey, we're way oversold. We're way oversold. We actually printed a buy signal. So we printed a buy signal on the WTX. MACD's really not doing nothing. RSI is definitely reset, but I do think we will be seeing that capitulation down in the main volume area at around $57 for time. There's really there's no support right here. Let's see. So we have this fib right here. You can see we're in no man's land. We're between the 786 and the main volume area. If we continue, let's see, where can we go next? Move the fib here. Yeah, there's nothing. We're in no man's land right now. Yeah, so I'd be keeping an eye on that drop down to around 56. This is definitely looking like it wants to hit 56. It's looking similar to like it's done the last couple of times. You can see we had this consolidation, dropped, consolidation, dropped, consolidation, dropped, consolidation, hit the gap, drop hard down to 56. And then from here, I think we'll start seeing some movement to the upside. But short term right now, time looks like it wants to head to 56. I don't think you're able to short time though, because if I was able to short time, I think this would be a great shorting opportunity. But for shorts, I normally look at a smaller time frame. So with that, let's look at the 1 hour. Wow, yeah, time's not looking too hot, guys. Let's see, there's a volume, there's a main support right here at 55. There's a main resistance which we just fell below. Extend this back down. Yeah, so we're gonna zoom in here. As you can see, we're having a difficult time getting over this resistance area. This red dotted line here is the resistance area. If we can't get over that, similar to the 4-hour chart, I think that capitulation down to around 56, 55 is going to be the case. 1 hour trade, you can see we still are we're massively oversold. We've been massively oversold since the 29th of November, but continually moving to the downside, and I still think that's going to be the case here. So for time, I'd be keeping an eye on $56. I think $56 is definitely a reasonable retracement area. So from where we're currently at, that is another 17% drop. So that's what I'm gonna put a star here so I know where I called it. Yeah, so that's what time's looking like, 55. Man, this music's putting me to sleep. Let me see what else I got on here for music real quick. I try to switch it up every live stream, but you have to find like royalty free music and everything like that. And trust me, none of that stuff's any good. There we go. So let's see, we did time, we did YFI. Beanbag in the Discord says HAPI. So let's look at HAPI. Oh, I charted this way back in the day, I believe. Down 2%, 1 million max with 715,000 in circulation and a super small. This is a moonshot gamble coin. All-time high was 200 at the last bull run. That's crazy. Definitely could reach some new all-time highs in the next bull run if it survives with this setup right here. Let's see the max. Let's compare it to the market cap, see if they put more coins in circulation. So they definitely put more coins in circulation right here in October 2021. But like I said, the bull run or the all-time high was back here in April. So it's going to need a little bit more buying power to get over that high, but with the low market cap and low circulating supply, it's definitely doable to reach over that. So this coin's available on the following exchanges down here: Gate.io, BingX, so no real large ones. Let's see if we can find a chart on it. Yeah, this would be a moonshot gamble coin in my personal opinion. Oh, it's on KuCoin. Yeah, I haven't charted it since I used colored fibs. So it's kind of interesting when I run into old charts like this, because this was back, if you go back to the beginning of my YouTube channel, I'm not saying I was shit, but I definitely didn't know as much as I know now. So it's kind of interesting if you go back to my very beginning videos and just compare them to where I'm at right now. It's light. Oh, look at that. I said, looks like last time I charted it was April. Yeah, so we'll start fresh. It's always cool running back into old predictions from way back when. So here we are. You can see we did just get a buy signal. We actually got a double buy signal very close together. We're on the 1 hour chart right now. RSI's reset. MACD is about ready to rip. So this is actually looking like a pretty damn good setup right now. Yeah, this is looking like a real good setup. Not set up to moonshot, but set up for a large upwards movement. So let me zoom in here so we can look at these candles. You can see these candles definitely love their wicks. We definitely see some large wicks here. We're just broke above the main volume area at around $8 and what is this? $8.35. And yeah, this is the last time we got a green buy signal was back here on the 24th. We really didn't see any large movement, but after we got that buy signal, I mean, we moved up 17%. That's not terrible. So let's dissect this bad boy. Hide the volume area. So we're currently working our way towards the 0.5 right now. The 0.5 is at 844. We have not broken it yet. We definitely have momentum to break that. we do break that, the next stop's most likely to be around 865. And I think if we do add up to the overbought territory, which this coin does look like it likes to do, we would be seeing a higher high, higher than $9.31. But in the short term right now, we do have some resistance to get through. This is going to be a double resistance area. As you can see, there's a main resistance at 860 and there's a 382 resistance at 865. So in the short term, this is what I'm thinking we're heading up to. I think we're heading up to this general area right here, and then we'll assess the situation. You can see once we get up there, we still will have room to rip. The RSI will most likely be at the 50, and you can see we usually head up to around 97 if we enter the overbought. If we headed up to 97, that would bring us up to around $9.37. But in the short term right now, I'm not going to be any moon boy talk or anything. We're just going to look at the general TA, look at the resistance areas, and focus on the short term. So short term right now, I think this is the area that we need to look for HIPI. In the next bull run though, I think we could easily reattain this $200 level if it survives the bear market. This is a great setup, only 715 million with a 5 million market cap. Not as good as my Haka though, but it's a pretty good setup. Speaking of Haka, let's take a look at Haka. What has that thing been up to? So I actually don't own any Haka right now. I sold all my Haka at 1 cent. I am planning on getting back into it. So this thing is super risky, guys. So definitely do your research. I only put fun money into this. You could definitely lose it very fast. So Haka is the smallest market cap coin on KuCoin, only $233,000 market cap. So a 10x would only be 2.3 million. Definitely doable. The all-time high in this was 52 cents at the top of the last bull run. All-time low was 11 days ago at 0.06. So this thing could easily go to zero, guys. So don't be flushing all your money into this or anything like that. But I mean, we could all put $1,000 in it right now and pump the price and dump it, but we're not going to do that because that's not. But seriously though, this is a huge moonshot gamble coin, and if it does survive the bear market, I think it could easily go to $1. So definite gamble coin with a small circulating supply of only 30,233,000 market cap, all-time high of 52, and they haven't been putting coins in circulation. If we look at the max price, they have not been dumping coins in the circulation at all either. So with the amount of coins in circulation right now is what it was back when it reached 52 cents. So I think if this survives the bear market, it could easily go to $1, but it's super risky, but no risk, no reward, right? The higher the risk, the higher the reward. And that's definitely what this coin is right here. So it's available on KuCoin and the swaps. I always try to, chart it and stuff like that, but it just consolidates. That's all it does is consolidate and then drop, consolidate and drop. I mean, we've pretty much been the same price since November 9th on this coin. You can see it does move. It moves fast. I mean, when it goes to the upside, it moves to the upside fast. Same with the downside, it goes to the down fast. That's due to the low market cap and low circulation. But I'm currently not investing in this. I think BTC is going to shit the bed one more time, and when that happens, I think this is going to drop hard. I think this thing will easily drop to 0.04, 0.05, and then that's probably where I'll pick some up just for shits and giggles. I'm not going to put a large amount in there, maybe a couple hundred to 1,000, but if you think about it, 0.07 right now, if you put $760 in on this coin, you'd have 100,000 coins, and if this went to $1, that'd be $100,000 off a $760 investment. So that's the risk and reward factor on this thing. But I've tried to look up Haka videos on YouTube and stuff. Nobody does Haka. Nobody knows about it. So as of right now, we're consolidating between the 786, 618, and I don't see a reason why we would blast the upside or downside. Indicators are just calling for consolidation, similar to like this coin has been doing. It consolidates, BTC drops, this thing drops. We consolidate, BTC drops, this drops. So I think the consolidation factor is still going to be the case, and this thing isn't going to see a hard capitulation until BTC craps the bed. If BTC craps the bed, you can see we really don't have any support until we get down to the 1618 around 40043. So maybe I'll just put a buy in at 0043. I'll put $500 in at 0043. If it hits, it hits, and that would give me a little over 100,000 coins. and then just hold it. If it goes to zero, I'm out $500, but if it goes to $1, I'm up 100,000. So definitely do your research. Don't just throw money into random shit coins, but this is the riskiest coin that I'm going to play with. And I definitely want to try to get it super cheap. So I'm actually going to probably look for that buy order at around 00. I'll probably do 0045 actually. 0045, you know, so I can lose my money. But yeah, 0045. I'll just get like 100,000 coins of it and let it sit and see what happens. I think everyone should have at least one gamble coin in their portfolio, not one that they go out of their way to invest large amounts of fun in. You know, say you have some extra dollars, you're like, you know, I could invest in my normal coins, or I could just toss it into one of these risky moonshot gamble coins. And that's kind of what I plan on doing here, and what I was doing in the past is I had a couple extra dollars that I was either going to hold on, or I could have picked up, you know, maybe some more quant or something like that, but I'm like, you know, I'm going to toss it in to Haka, toss it into my gamble coin. So this is my gamble coin right here. I'm gambling on UBT for low cap, low supply moonshot. Let's look at UBT. I don't even see UBT. Yeah, UBT isn't even on here. So we got a match of Bitcoin, we got a match of Ethereum, US dollar right here. Let's see what we find. Unibright. Ooh, there it was. Okay, so 14 cents, 150 max supply, 150 million in circulation. So all the coins are in circulation. If this is accurate, that's great. Small market cap of only 21 million. That's great. All-time high of 422 at the last bull run. Not as good as my Haka, but it's still good. It's one of those moonshot gamble coins for sure. 422 a year ago. Let's see if they put more coins in circulation since then. So max market cap. Yeah, they put a little bit more coins in circulation in August 2021, but all the coins are in circulation now, so we don't have to worry about them diluting the market. Pretty much reset. Oh, I've charted this in the past. I mean, there's already fibs drawn on it. Okay, so let's dive into this. So UBT right now is holding up at the main volume area at around 14 cents. RSI is starting to retrace right here. WTX is starting to retrace. MACD is bearish. We did flip bearish on the MACD, so we need to keep an eye on a movement to the downside. As you can see, we did kind of reverse this downtrend here. We put in a higher high of 28 cents compared to back here, but we have started pushing and making some lower lows. So let's draw a fib on this and see what's going on. Okay, so as of right now, we're testing the 236 right here at 14.5. All the indicators are saying we're going to be seeing some downwards movement for this coin. So for the downwards movement, the stops that we need to keep an eye on are around 14 cents even. And then if we break below that, we have a 786 sitting on top of a main support at around 13.3. I don't own any of this coin, and this is not financial advice, but if I wanted to pick some of this coin up, I think 13 cents to 13.3 wouldn't be a bad opportunity, because that is a double support area right there. So a movement down to this area, and we could possibly see a wick down to the 786. You can see this thing loves throwing out wicks. You can see how large all these wicks are to the downside. So we can see the body of the candle hit the 618 and then throw a wick all the way down to 12.6. So if you like playing the wicks, the 786 at 12.6 might not be a bad buying opportunity as well. I'm not going to buy any of this, but I'm just saying these are probably some good general areas to keep an eye on if you're looking to accumulate some more So first stop 618 at 13.2, and then I can see it throwing a wick down to the 786 at around 12.7, and then we'd have to assess the situation after that. Well, let's look at Solana. I hold a decent bag of Solana now. I bought some back when it was at $11 just for shits and giggles. I mean, this all-time high was 259. So even if it goes up to $130, that's a 10x. So even if it doesn't reach the all-time high, a 10x from here is only $130. I know everybody's bagging on Solana right now, but it's holding up strong at this $13 level. It's been 13 for quite a while now. We had that big capitulation to the FTX, and we're just been consolidating. So I really don't see Solana shit in the bed much further unless BTC sees that quick capitulation down to 14. I bought a big bag of Solana. I think it's gonna be profitable in the long term. I'm up on it right now. I mean, my average buy is $11 on it. And if it drops below $11, I'm not going to buy any more unless it drops below 10. Okay. Solana. Yeah, everyone's bagging on Solana, and I'm just like, okay, bag on Solana. I'll pick up some more. So 4 hours, you can see we did drop. Whoa, this thing went all the way down to, what was this? The 22nd. Oh, okay. We saw that decent sized recovery. Last time I charted it, I said something about this 1275. Looks like we wicked down there. This fib is, I mean, I think we probably have to extend it to here now, right? Yeah, so the fib right now, we're actually above the 382. Actually consolidating between this main resistance 382 area. You can see the main resistance is at 1372. It's around 1375, and we have the 382 right here at around 1336. So if we just look at the indicators on Solana on the 4-hour chart right now, you can see the WTX is reset at 0. MACD is definitely reset at 50. And the WTX, I mean, if we blow this WTX up, or not WTX, if we blow this MACD up right here and we take a look at it, it's really not doing much either. Everything is reset for Solana right now. We're not too far to the upside, we're not too far to the downside on any three of these indicators. We are pretty much reset even right now, which is bullish in my personal opinion. So we had this huge drop right here, and we got way overbought, and then we just reset back down to this 382 area around 13.4. So from what I'm looking at right here is if we do see some movement to the upside, the next movement to the upside is going to be a pretty large one, at least up to the 236 at around 15.9. So you can see we after we're reset here, we had this large run, consolidation, drop, consolidation. Indicators are reset. I think a movement up to the 236 is something that we need to keep an eye on for Solana right now. Solana's kind of bottomed right here, and it's still going strong. This $13 area for Solana, it has been holding strong. Even on the drop down, we dropped down to this main area on November 10th. You see what's happening at the high $13.80. We hovered around it for quite a while here from November 13th to November 18th at around 13. And then we saw the huge capitulation. A lot of coins shit the bed then, not just Solana. So a lot of coins had that really heavy drop. We dropped down to 1094 and saw a really quick movement back up to where? Around 1360. So this $13 area is kind of our life support for Solana. We have to maintain it in order to see some growth from it. And with the indicators being reset, I could definitely be seeing a movement to the upside right here to at least the 236 area for Solana, and then we'd have to assess that situation. So if this continues riding sideways and consolidating sideways, and if it continues to do that, I still think BTC is going to shit the bed one more time, and with that, this will most likely shit the bed along with it. And I think the lowest that it'll go, if BTC goes to the 14.5, this thing will most likely go down to the 1618 at around $8.50. And not saying just because it's Solana, it's going down to $8.50, it's going to shit the bed just because it's the Solana. A lot of coins, if not all coins, when BTC drops down to 14.5 are going to shit the bed very, very hard. And that will probably be the last big buying opportunity that you guys will have before we start reversing and heading back up for BTC. It's not going to be a quick reversal. We're not going to all of a sudden drop down to 14.5. Then, hey, guess what? We're in a bull run now. We'll most likely drop down there and we'll see some steady chopping to the upside, and it'll just be some steady chopping sideways to the up, sideways to the up. But that last big capitulation, I believe, is coming very, very soon for BTC, and that is where I'm getting ready. I have all my indicators set. When that happens, I'm throwing the rest of my money in. If we go lower than that, so be it, but I strongly believe that that is going to bring the bottom of BTC in, is that next big capitulation on BTC. And if we see that capitulation, this is where I see Solana going $8.50. I don't see it going any lower than that. Okay, so I'm pretty much caught up on all requests, guys. Does anybody have any charting requests? Pretty quiet Friday night. Tomorrow, Michigan football plays for the Big Ten championship. So Doge is down 1.7 at 10 cents. Okay, so Doge is looking like I called us hitting this resistance area at around 11.11. We really didn't hit it. I mean, we got pretty close with this wick here. We can see indicators reset, and we definitely are moving to the upside. So Doge is actually still bullish right now. We dropped back down to the 382, currently having a tough time getting over the 236 right here. We're battle testing the 236. I'll blow this up so you can see it. We're battle testing the 236. Indicators are reset. MACD is pretty much reset. RSI is at 50. WTX is reset. So I think a movement to the upsides for Doge is what we're going to be looking for here. So I'd be looking for a movement up to approximately this main resistance area at $1, at 11 cents, similar to what we did back here. But we have a lot more juice compared to the last couple of times we've been to this general area. So for Doge right now, it's looking like approximately a 9% movement to the upside for Doge. That's not bad. Indicators you definitely have juice. The indicators are definitely saying, hey, let's keep an eye for a movement to the upside. So I'm going to be calling 11 cents for Doge, and if we break above that, then the 236 at 12 is going to be next. But we're just going to be monitoring it up to this main resistance area. So an 8.4% movement to the upsides for Doge, I think is going to be the case. So with that, we have to look at the bear scenario on this now that I'm looking at it. So if that does not happen, the bear scenario would be we can't get over this 236 at 10, where we're at right now. Well, what is this? 10.9, 10.19. So the bear scenario is we can't get over that. And similar to back here, you can see we had all these sell signals on the WTX. You can see we had all these sell signals previously on the WTX, and then this bled all the way down until we got a buy on the WTX, which brought us into the oversold territory on the RSI. So if we do end up retracing back down to this 382 and breaking below that, then unfortunately that movement to 11 cents will not be the case. I'm not going to be bearish on Doge until we break below 9.4. So you can see there's a double support here. We have a 382 support at 9.5, and then we have a main support here at 9.4. If we see Doge break below that and head to the 0.5, then we're like, oh shit, Doge will most likely see a pretty large retracement. But even if we come back down here, I think movement to the upside will be the case for Doge. So I'm bullish on Doge until we fall below 9.4. Fall below 9.4, it looks like it's going to be a repeat of this right here, and we'll have to keep an eye on the WTX until we get down to the overbought territory or oversold territory and print a buy signal on the WTX. But I'm feeling fairly confident that we will be seeing 11-cent Doge here pretty soon. I don't think that retracement that I just talked about is going to be the case. I'm fairly confident we will be seeing 11 cents. Okay. So I got through all the requests that were in the Discord chat. Anyone on the live stream have any requests? I've gone through a lot of coins. We looked at Bitcoin, looked at Quant, got a ton of coins tonight. Let's see what's pumping. Did I do OP? I have not done OP. So out of today, Kava's the large mover at 11.8%, followed by GMX. Aptos actually had a pretty large movement today, 6.5, followed by Quant. Hey, Luna Classic had a move today too. That's a pretty good movement for Luna Classic. And the worst movers today, Chain, Ethereum POW, all these useless coins. Phantom, oh, Phantom's not useless. It's only down 2.7. So see, this crypto this week has kind of, I don't want to say boring, but we've just been seeing chop. I mean, we've just been seeing gradual movement to the upside, gradual movement to the downside, gradual movement to the upside, gradual movement to the downside. Like this week was pretty freaking boring. So OP is up 2.3% at $1.09, 234 million market cap. So be careful about this, Chef. 214 million in circulation with 4.2 billion that could be put in circulation. So they could unload over 4 billion more coins in circulation. All-time high was 4 months ago at 221. All-time low was 6 months ago at 40 cents. Yeah, they haven't put much coins in circulation, but they could. Currently available on the following exchanges. I think this is also available on Coinbase. The OP right now, let's take a look. So we are overbought. You can see the WTX printed a sell. RSI is overbought. MACD hasn't printed or hasn't crossed over bearish yet, but we are pretty damn close. You can see we are descending on the MACD as well. Last time we were overbought was November 6th, which was right here. So we were overbought right there, and you can see what happened after that. We had a huge capitulation down. Previously, we were last overbought here on October 27th. Then we saw that retracement down. So it does look like these WTX indicators have been pretty accurate in the past. So use that information for, I guess, whatever you want. And we just printed one. So we printed one right here while continuing to go up gradually a little bit higher. So RSI is also overbought. So with all that, it's kind of looking like a retracement could be the case. I haven't drawn any fibs on this yet because I want to look at the 1 hour. Yeah, 1 hour similar to the 4 hour. We printed a sell signal on the WTX, got a sell signal on the RSI. MACD just started flipping bullet or bearish. So this retracement is kind of looking like we're going to see that retracement without any fibs on it. The next main support is at 9.4 right now, 94 cents. So 1 hour time frame, you have this main support here at $1.08. If we do break below $1.08, I don't think this 236 is going to act as much of an anything. I think we're going to be dropping straight below that to the 382 at around $1.02. I throw the main volume area up, that's when things get really crazy. I mean, look at the volume pretty much goes down to zero after that. So if we fall below this 236 right here at $1.06, that drops off fast until we get down to the main volume area. So that is, I guess, use that information for what you want. But if we do drop below, I would say $1.04, that's where we start seeing the big drawback in volume. The next drop will most likely be all the way back down to 95. You can see when we broke over on the way back up, when we broke over that main volume area and we hit this gap, this thing ran to the upside. So similar situation on the downside. The crazy part about this was we were massively overbought when we saw this movement to the upside right here. So you can see we were overbought on OP from November 29th all the way till December 2nd, and we just kept printing sell signals. So that 1 hour chart, the WTX doesn't seem to be valid like it did on the 4 hour chart, but as of right now, the 1 hour chart is overbought. We are seeing a pullback. So the first main pullback is going to be this main support at $1.08. We break below that, we just have the 236 here at 106. Then we break below that. we'll be getting into that gap territory. So that's in the short-term time frame, but I'm mostly looking at the 4 hour right here. And the 4 hour is saying, hey, we're gonna be seeing that pullback down to the 236 around 106, and then if we break below that, we have the 382 at 102. And that $1 range is gonna be very, very I guess hard to fall below. And so psychological round numbers, if you want to be bearish on this thing, you want this to hit this gap right here in the volume. We hit that gap when we break below the 382, and you can see as soon as we hit that gap right here, we absolutely shot up. So if we break below the 382 at $1.02, that's when we'll start seeing some quick movement down to the 618 at 94. But for the short term right now, I guess I'd be calling $1.06. $1.06, break below that. $1.02, and you can see we did consolidate between $1 and 2 and the 236 for quite a while. We just look at past history of these price areas. I draw a horizontal line right here. You can see there's a lot of support and resistance in this general area where we're currently at. Looks like we actually just broke below it. Let me get rid of this scribble on the screen. Yeah, so keep an eye on 106. I mean, 106 could act as that big support for continuation upward. So if your go factor is if it breaks below 106, that's when we'll start seeing that big drop down to 102. So if we broke below 236 down to the 382, that'd be a 4% drop from there. And then if we hit the gap and drop down to 786, that'd be a 10% drop. But the 4 hour chart, those the WTX sell signals have not been wrong. I mean, you did print one right here and then it did take off. So I guess they're not 100% right, but they're more right than wrong on the 4 hour. So we had a, let's just do a little bit of math. So right here on October 25th, we had a sell signal, which was right here. So that one right there was wrong. Then we got a sell signal right here, which was right. We had the pullback, continued up, got the sell signal right here, had the huge pullback. So the last two sell signals have been accurate on this. The three, I mean, if we look back here on September 10th, we had the sell signal on WTX and absolutely shit the bed hard from there. So WTX, I would actually, let's say it was right 4 out of 5 times so far since September 10th. So I'd be keeping an eye on that pullback down to the 382. No, I have not looked at Jasmine. I'm going to be looking at Jasmine right now. Okay. So Jasmine's down 6% at 0043. We were actually talking about Jasmine in my Discord channel today. So if you're not a part of my Discord channel, I'm not saying you have to be a part of it, but I'm in there daily. It's a great place to, talk crypto. If you want to communicate with me, it's a great place for that. There's a lot of really great people in there. You can find the link to my Discord below. It's completely free. I don't shill anything in there. Just a great group of people to hang out and talk crypto with. So Jasmine's down 6 at 004, 50 billion total. Everyone's calls me out on this, but every like Coin Market Cap and CoinGecko said there's only 4.7 billion in circulation. A lot of people tell me that all of them are in circulation. The dev said, hey, all the coins are in circulation, but they just haven't updated it yet. I don't know the truth, so I'm going by what's on the screen right here. And with that, 4.7 billion are in circulation with a small market cap of only 20 million. All-time high is 479. We're not going to get into that because most likely will never reach that price again. That's before they unloaded the billions of coins on holders. Dark times. Yikes. Hang on, I'm gonna look at a different chart for Jasmine real quick. There we go. So Jasmine right now, we'll start the 1 hour chart, then we'll look at the 4 hour chart. So the 1 hour chart, you can see we were overbought. We printed 2 sell signals on the WTX. RSI was massively overbought. And then we saw this retracement right here. The RSI retraced very, very quickly. We're down to 30. The WTX also retraced very, very quickly. And the MACD is about ready to flip bullish. The crazy part is we still are bullish regardless of this big retracement we just had. We did not put in a lower low. So you can see the low was right here at the main volume area, and we technically bounced off this 0042 area. So we are technically still bullish on Jasmine on the 1 hour chart, and indicators are reset, which is fantastic. It means you have fuel in your tank. You stopped by that Moon Juice factory, picked up a couple kegs, and you're ready to go for another leg up. So let's draw some fibs on the 1 hour chart and see what's going on in the short-term time frame. So short-term time frame for Jasmine, you can see we're having a difficult time getting over the 382 right here. So we bubble the 382, bounce off the 0.5. We've already tested this 382 as resistance once or twice. With the way that the RSI and everything's reset, I do think we are going to be breaking over this 382. If we do break over this 382, the next stop will be the 236 at 0049, and then we break over 0049. I think we're going to be taking out this high and heading up to the 236 here at 005. So we definitely have the setup to do that. It's Jasmine. For some reason, I'm very, very negative on Jasmine. I don't know why. I probably shouldn't be, but I'm just gonna go by the technicals on this. So the technicals on it are saying we do have room to run. First stop on the 1 hour chart will most likely be the 236 at 0045. We get above that, I think we're gonna be blasting up here to the 236 at 005, and then that will be our main area that we have to test. I think that's the highest we go in the short term, and then until we start seeing a retracement, and we could actually retrace all the way back down to 4.5 here. That still would be bullish because this would be the low right here, and this could start being some good movement for Jasmine finally. So for the short term right now, we'll keep an eye on 0045, and we break above 0045, the next stop is going to be 005 even, and that's going to be that psychological point. So I'm going to leave that star there, and we're going to jump on the 4 hour and see what the 4 hour entails. So short term time frame is looking bullish. 4 hour time frame, which is longer, it's looking bearish. The bearishness isn't as bad as some people probably think, because you can see the low. We're still bullish on Jasmine. We're still bullish on Jasmine. The 618 is the bottom for Jasmine right now, so we're still putting in higher highs and higher lows. So for Jasmine right now, we do have this main support here at 0046, and I think that is what we're going to be looking for. We're at 0043 right now, and I think this main support down here at 00416 is going to be the case, and we could possibly throw a wick all the way down to the 618 at 004. So I think the body of the candle is going to be, I'll blow this up so you can see a little bit better. I think the body of the candle will most likely be at this main support area at 0046, and then we throw a candle down on the 618, and then we start working our way back up to the upside. So similar to the 1 hour chart, you can see the next main resistance area is all the way up here at 004. So if we do come down here and bounce off that main support area, there's a good chance that we could be seeing a quick movement to the upside, similar to the 1 hour chart up to this main resistance area at 004005. So Jasmine is not looking bad right now. It's just in the just these indicators right now are saying we're going to be seeing a little bit more of a pullback before we start seeing some large movement to the upside, but it is still bullish even though we are calling this pullback right here. So the 1 hour chart's looking bullish, and I would technically say this is a bullish chart right here. We just have a little bit more room to retrace, and then we can start seeing that large movement to the upside on Jasmine. So that large move to the upside would be wow, that's a 20% move. That's not bad. So you can definitely see we reversed from here. We dropped down here, we had the consolidation, and then we started working our way up. So we definitely reversed on Jasmine. You can see we capitulated right here. We put in a low here, put in a higher 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 low here. So we've been continually putting in higher lows since November 10th, and that's extremely bullish as well. So there's a good chance that Jasmine might have reversed right here. It's done this in the past before, back here in October, did the same thing before it shit the bed. This thing is not immune to Bitcoin whatsoever. So if Bitcoin drops, this thing will drop along with it. But if Bitcoin maintains what it's doing right now, I definitely see it going up to 0.005 eventually. I just think in the short term, we're going to be seeing a pullback down to around 0.041, 0.004, and then that will be the pump, the catalyst to launch us up to around 0.005 for Jasmine. So I will be getting back to making more videos this week and next week. It was just a hectic week at work and home, so I really didn't upload any videos this week. Also, Bitcoin and crypto market really didn't do shit this week, so you really didn't miss much. Honestly, I enjoy doing the live streams more than the videos, but don't have time to be doing live streams every day. Moonvale. Never heard of it. Let's see what it is. Good old Mona. Down 1.4% at $449. Wow, look at this setup here. Max supply of only 11,300, circulating supply of 10,414, extremely small market cap of only 4.6 million. So definite moonshot gamble coin right here. 24-hour trading volume is really small. All-time high in this was $2,843 at the top of the last bull run. All-time low was 6 months ago at 123. I want to know where you find these coins. So they have been putting more coins in circulation. That's something to take into consideration. You can tell because you can see the price was all the way up here at 2,350, and the market cap was only at 10 million. And now the price, you know, the price is down here at what, 1,115 back in July 2022, and the market cap is way up here. So they have put more coins in circulation, but it really doesn't matter because there's hardly any coins to begin with. So I wouldn't be worried about that too much. But this is definitely a moonshot gamble coin and can definitely rip pretty high for a moonshot gamble coin in my personal opinion. But currently available on the following. Wow, this is available on Coinbase. So that's crazy. That kind of switches the narrative there. So the thing about coins that are listed on Coinbase is in the well, the coin's kind of high, but in the bull run, you know, you have all those retail investors, all the people who really don't know about crypto and stuff like that, but they're saying, hey, everyone's making money on crypto, I got to get in. And where they're going to go, they're going to go to the large exchanges, and pretty much the main exchange that a lot of people go to, and including me when I first got into crypto, was Coinbase, you know. And what's the first thing I did? I looked at the cheapest coins possible, regardless if I didn't know anything else. I'm like, this coin is very cheap. I could buy this cheap coin and it could go to $100 and I'd be rich. I knew nothing about market cap. I knew nothing about circulating supply. I just saw a cheap price and it will rip. And I think that's to be similar to the next bull run. That doesn't really include this coin because this is $449, but Jasmy, you can see Jasmy is extremely low, 0.004. People are going to jump on Coinbase in the next bull run and be like, man, this coin's below a penny. I can get, you know, 1,000 of these coins for pennies on the dollar, you know. And that's what's going to pump those coins up in the next bull run. But similar, this probably still will be people that buy this the next bull run, and with that it will definitely run. And I think if it survives this bear market, we can definitely see a new all-time high in the next bull run, higher than 2,843. Yeah, look at that. So there's not a whole lot of volume going on, so we're gonna probably be finding some really shitty charts. I mean, what did it say? There was only 84,000, 86,000 24-hour volume. Yeah, we'll go to good old Coinbase, good old reliable. Well, looks like I charted this in the past. I don't remember what I was talking about though. Okay, well, you can definitely see we are, well, not really an uptrend, but we are putting in higher lows. Let's look at the 1 hour chart first. Yeah, it looks like we're about ready to pop, honestly. So you can see we were overbought back here. After we were overbought, we ran into we were oversold right here, which was the green on the RSI. We were massively printing buy signals on the WTX. We ran, had the huge run up, drop back down, huge run up, drop back down, entered, oversold right there. WTX also printed buy signals, had this huge run up right here. And currently we recently got a sell signal and we started that retracement on Mona right here. RSI is pretty low. We haven't entered the oversold territory yet, but this one's kind of different than these previous ones right here. Previous in this bottom and this bottom. The RSI is low, but the WTX isn't close to printing a buy signal yet. So that's just something we have to take into consideration. So let's clean all this up and draw fresh. Okay, so here we are. You can see we've been consolidating below the 618. The 618 has been acting as our resistance, which is really close. Well, you can see it's right next to the main volume area, so that's pretty much why. So as of right now, we are still on a general uptrend with making higher lows. So with that being the case, even though we are making lower highs, I think we're going to be continually consolidating within this triangle itself until we get squeezed out. And if we do, I think the squeezing will bring us to a large run up. As long as the RSI stays low like this and the WTX stays below 0, I think as long as we consolidate here, we'll see that large pop to the upside on this on the next run. I don't think it's to be a moonshot run, but similar to these ones right here, you can see when we go. And that's due to the low circulating supply of this coin. It can run up really fast and it can drop really fast. So I think we had this very, very long, look how long we consolidated for. Last time we had a long-term consolidation was back here in November, from November, November 14th all the way till November 21st. And then we saw that huge run up. Similar to what we're trying right now. You can see this is a very slight uptrend right here, and nonetheless I think once we got squeezed out here, that's what caused that movement to the upside. So I think that being the case, as well as you can see, this is a very long-term consolidation. It's going to be very similar. You can see we're starting to get squeezed pretty tight between the 618 and the main volume area, and then eventually once we see a breakout from this down from this triangle, this wedge or whatever you want to call it, we'll be seeing a large movement to the upside. How high will we go? I honestly have no idea, because each one of these run ups is different. You can see this was a pretty much straight run up drop. This one wasn't a straight run up. Each one of these ran, but they weren't very comparative to each other. Like this one ran up 49%, this one ran up 37%, this one ran up 26%. So let's just say 30%. We'll round that out, put it right in the middle, 30%. So if we do see a 30% run up from the breakout point, let's say the breakout point's going to be the 618. So 618, a 30% run up from there would bring us pretty much to the negative 236 area, to around $580. So let's keep an eye on this consolidation, and the next breakout will most likely bring us to the 236 at around 582. And you can see in the longer term, we are on an uptrend as well. So in the longer term, we still are in an uptrend as well. So this coin's not looking bad. Definitely reversed off this huge drop. But yeah, I just be keeping an eye on that breakout from this downtrend. If we're getting squeezed in here, and eventually once we break out, it'll most likely be one of these larger run-ups and then the retracement back down. It's just a matter of time before we see it. So what are we looking at? Mina is another one I saw. TE Food. Hosky. Are these all are these all shit coins? Because I doubt trading view will have them. Yeah, there's no data on this. Trading view probably won't have it. Let's see. Oh, this is on Mex Global. Yeah, there's no chart on that one. Probably no chart on any of them. What's up? What's up? So krill is down 0.3% at 29 cents, 49 million total with 36 million in circulation and a 10 million market cap. That's a great setup right there. With the low market cap and low circulating supply, we could definitely see some large movements to the upside in the next bull run. You can see the all-time high was 475 at the top of the last bull run, and the all-time low was 004 2 years ago. It's currently available on the following exchanges: KuCoin and Coinbase. I remember making a pretty decent flip on this coin when I got the Coinbase listing. So that was back when you were able to buy the coin before, you know, Coinbase saying, hey, we listed that, we're going to be listing this coin in the next 24 hours. And then you know what you do, you go buy it on a different exchange. And then once Coinbase lists it, it pumps and you can just flip the coin for crazy profit. They can't do that anymore. So I miss those good old days. Those were easy days to make money. Now you actually have to work for it. Yeah, so last time I tried this was back when I used colored fibs. So guessing that was back in April when I first started my YouTube channel. Let's see how accurate or wrong I was. I don't have any scribbles on it, so we'll never know. Well, let's just take a look at it. So we're going to look at the 1 hour, then we're going to look at the 4 hour. So we're going to go to the 1 hour. And as you can see right now, the RSI had this quick drop right here. We're currently oversold on the RSI. WTX hasn't printed a buy signal yet, but if you just look at the last couple times it's printed buy signals, it really hasn't done much after that. We've just been in this long term as consolidation. And this right here was most likely a large buy, consolidation was a large exit. So there really hasn't been any large movement on this coin since the capitulation on November 14th. We've pretty much been the same price ever since then. And what I like to think is consolidation is a bullish thing. It just means people are willing to accumulate that coin at the same price for an extended period of time. And eventually all the coins at that price range will dry up and there'll be nowhere for the coin to go but up. So in the short term right now, we can see the WTX is low, RSI is low, MACD blowing back up. It is still bearish, but we're pretty much just at zero right now. So let's draw a fib on this. I mean, a fib's really not going to tell us a whole lot because these are very, very, it could tell us something. Oh yeah, it's telling us something. It's telling a story. It's definitely telling a story. So as of right now, we're holding up at the 618. The 618 is sitting on top of the main volume right now. The way the indicators are looking right now, and with us being oversold, it does look like we want to take a movement to the upside. That movement to the upside will most likely bring us up to the 0.5 area at around 29 to 30 cents. If we do break above this 0.5 area, the next stop, it will most likely be 30 cents. The way that the indicators and everything are looking, I think this is going to be the time where we kind of break out of this short-term consolidation. We do see that movement up to around 30 cents. Everything's reset, and you can see once we get up here, it's going to act as a double resistance area. We have a main resistance sitting on top of a 382. So I'd be keeping an eye on this breakup to around this general area, and then we'd have to keep an eye on what happens from there. Most likely some sort of consolidation, but nonetheless, this is a double support where we have a 618 sitting on top of a main resist or main support, 618 sitting on top of a main volume area. And if we see that bounce from there, I think we'll be going up to around 30 cents on krill for right now. Yeah, there's a nice gap that needs to get filled right here. That kind of looks like, oh shit. Yeah, that's kind of what happened right here if you think about it. So the gap starts right here at, what is this, 2.9, and then ends at 3.0. And you see this right here filled this gap really fast, and then once we fell down, this filled that gap really fast. So similar situation, if we break above that 0.5, that could be a quick gap fill up there. So I'd be keeping an eye on some quick movement if we do break above this 0.5. So keep an eye on approximately 29, let's say, what is this, 29.8 cents. You get above 29.8, we could be seeing this gap fill in a quick movement, and we could honestly blast right above this resistance. You can see it didn't stop us last time we hit the gap. Last time we hit the gap, we blew right through it both ways. So this resistance really hasn't played any sort of, it hasn't played anything, any sort of resistance until November 16th is the last time that resistance area actually held up as resistance. So if we do break above the 0.5, we could be seeing a really quick gap fill like this, which would be a quick movement to the upside, a quick movement up to the 236 at around 30, let's say 31 cents. So definitely looks like it could be the case. So I'm going to be bullish on KRL here in the short term. Oh, yes. TRB. Is that a coin or is that just an acronym for something? Okay, so TRB, I'm guessing it's a coin. Teller TRB is down 1.5% at $13.91. Total supply of 2.4 million. Pretty much all the coins are in circulation and has a market cap of 33 million. All-time high was 161 at the top of the last bull run. All-time low was 3 years ago at 0.1. Power of diamond hands. 3 years ago, you buy this coin at a penny. In the bear market right now, you'd be up 138,000% on your coin in just 3 years. People work their whole life for a retirement, a possible retirement. Who knows if you're gonna live that long? And here you just buy and hold for 3 years. Imagine putting $1,000 in 3 years ago and getting 138,000% on that $1,000, and that's in a bear market. This is right now at the low price. I don't even want to know what it was at $161. That would be astronomical. So just shows you the power of diamond hands. There's gonna be more coins like that too. If I'm still making YouTube videos 2-3 years from now, we're gonna be looking back at some coins that we talked about on here and be like, man, since that time we charted that coin and this coin went up, 10,000, 16,000%. There's definitely coins out there that will do that. Wow, look at that scam wick. Holy shit. I feel sorry for people who were shorting that. Wow. And the bad part is, if I saw this chart and say I was going for a short, I would have shorted it. I would have got screwed. And the reason why I would have shorted it is you can see we had that sell signal right here on the WTX, and then we had the low sell signal here and the WTX started dropping. We were overbought on the RSI and we were just flipping bearish on the MACD. So all those indicators are screaming a retracement right there. And this shows you manipulation at the finest. There are probably a lot of shorts seeing the exact same thing that I'm seeing right now and entered the short. And then what happened? Someone pumped the price and liquidated all those shorts. And that is the power of manipulation right there. So, that's why you always have to use stop losses. But if we didn't get that manipulation right there and that liquidation grab, this indicators would have you would have made profit on that short. Because I call this the three wise men. I have no idea if it's a real name, but when you get the sell signal and then you get the overbought in the RSI and then you get the MACD about ready to flip bearish, all three of them are screaming, hey, we're going to be seeing a retracement, and 95% of the time it's accurate. And then that's when you enter your short. And then, a lot of people are seeing the exact same thing and they enter their shorts, and then some whale comes in or some manipulator said, hey, guess what? Thank you for all your liquidations. And they throw a huge wick like that. Okay, so let's get into this. We're gonna ignore that wick. We're gonna go off of this. So as of right now, you can see we did bounce off the 618 right here. We have started the slow descent, putting in lower lows and lower highs. RSI did enter the oversold territory. We have not printed a buy on the WTX. MACD really isn't doing shit. You can see it's just consolidating sideways. We are gradually bearish, gradually bullish. So as of right now, the 618 is the main support area on a fib channel. So you have the 786, 618, 382. The 618 is the most powerful on the fib channel, and that's usually what coins retrace to after a run up, which is pretty close to the 50% range, which is exactly what this coin did. We ran up here from 1 all the way up to 0, then we retraced back down to the 618. So the 618 right now is our main support area, and we have to maintain above the 618 on TRB. If we break below the 618 on TRB, you can see there's a huge gap fall off on the volume down here until we reach around $12.45. The good thing is, though, we do have a 786 here at, what is this? 786 here at $12.80. So if we do break below the 618, I think we'll be seeing a quick drop down. You can see we are starting the slow descent here, but if we break below the 618, that's where we'll start seeing some quick movement to the downside. Can that be the case? Absolutely. I mean, we haven't printed a buy signal on the WTX, but we don't have to print one in order to continue higher. As I see right now, MACD is definitely reset. RSI is definitely reset, being oversold. So there's a good chance that the 618 is going to be the main support that holds us up, and we start that continuation back up. So I just have to give you both sides of it, and this is going to be based on the 618. The 618 is going to be the storyteller on this. If we break below the 618, that's when we'll see that gap fill down to the 786, down to around $12.81. But if the 618 holds as the support here, we could be starting to see that reversal, most likely back up to the main volume area, which is at the 382 at around $14.75. So as of right now, I'm going to be bullish on this and call $14.75 up to this general area right here. All the indicators are looking like it wants to head higher, and all the indicators definitely have the juice to continue higher from there. So short term right now, let's keep an eye on the 382 at around $14.75. Let's see if the 4-hour chart backs that up. Yeah, 4-hour chart definitely backs that up. You can see the MACD is starting to cool down, head towards a bullish crossover. RSI is cooling down though, and the WTX is pretty much, you know, reset down to the green. So it does look like we're going to be seeing that movement up to the 382 area at around $14.70, $14.75. But just because I said that doesn't mean it's going to happen, because we do have to keep it in the back of our mind that 618, if we break below that capitulation down to around 1275 down to the 786. So that bullishness all the way up to the 382 is only if we stay above the 618 at, what is the 618 at? 13, let's say 1358, 1350. So I did YFII earlier. I think it was the third coin I did Bitcoin, I did Quant, and then I did YFII. So it's the third coin I did in the live stream. So if you just want to zoom back and look at that. Hey man, I mean, look, nothing's really moving. Bitcoin's only up 0.7% in 24 hours. Ethereum's only up 1.1. Cardano 1.6. You know what I'm looking at? And it actually had a decent sized run today, which I'm kind of pissed at because I wanted it cheaper. Is Azero. If you don't know what Azero is, it's an up and coming layer 1 going to overtake Solana. But definitely looking to Azero, up and coming layer 1. I'm super bullish on it. Chef Natron's the one that pointed it out in the Discord and brought my attention to L0, so appreciate you shouting out Azero. I looked into it, looked like a solid investment, and I hold a decent sized bag of this coin right here. So the total supply is through 317 million with 201 million in circulation. They put out 30 million coins every year, so that's calculated in. They won't randomly drop it. That's given out to the validators, so it's given out during validation, and it's equivalent to 30 million a year. So they give out 30 million coins a year until they reach the total supply. So that's really not too worrisome in my personal opinion. We already know how many they're going to release, and you can take into account for that on your portfolio. So the market cap is only 190 million. All-time high was 309 8 months ago. All-time low was 6 months ago at 59 cents. So I would definitely look into Azero. Not financial advice, but I think it's going to perform very, very well in the next bull run. So as of right now for Azero, what I want, I think I dropped the star down there. Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on the 1618 right here at 64 cents. And that's only going to be the case if BTC shits the bed and we see that 14,500 BTC. And I do think we will be seeing that 14,500 BTC. So this is why I have my buy orders ready at these general price areas. Yeah, write Azero down on that sticky note, man, and slap it on your forehead so you don't forget it. So what I'm currently looking for on that big capitulation on BTC, you have to have a plan. So I don't want to just preach or anything like that, but I strongly believe we're going to be seeing a big capitulation on BTC down to around 14.5. So what am I doing in my free time when I'm not charting on the live stream and stuff like that? I'm charting for myself. So similar to this, I draw this, I see the 1618 down at 64. That would be a decent sized movement down there. That would be the main support area if BTC capitulated down to 14.5. So what do? This is around what, 64 cents. I'm going to place a buy order at 65 and just leave it there. If it never drops down there, it never drops down there. But say I'm sleeping and Bitcoin drops down to 14.5 and recovers super fast, and then I missed my buying opportunity. This is why I'm planning out what coins I want if BTC dips down to around 14.5, getting those buy orders into the system, get them active in there, ready to go, just in case. You never know when it's going to happen or if it's going to happen, but it's always good to be prepared. And you know what, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, but at least I'm prepared for it if it does, and I'll be getting the prices that I want. So let's get into Azero. So short term right now, we're overbought. We're overbought back here on November 30th. We're overbought here massively on December 3rd. We actually entered the overbought territory on the RSI today as well. MACD is starting to descend. You can see we have a de-engulfing candle right here, starting to work its way towards a bearish scenario. So it just started, so we have to wait to see if that's actually confirmed, but these two are overbought right now on the 4-hour chart. So what I can see here is, can we go up higher from here? We could go up higher. I mean, I've seen several overbought signals while it goes up higher, but I think the highest that we would possibly go on Azure before we started a retracement, if we do continue higher, is going to be this main resistance area at around 96 cents. So I'm really looking for a movement up to 96 cents, and then we'll start our retracement back down. That is going to be the safe play, I guess you would say. Even though these are all showing overbought, they could still move a little bit more to the upside. After that, the retracement will probably be very, very quick, similar to when we have these large upwards movements on Azure. We have the quick downwards movement. So Azure moves up. When it decides to move up, it moves up, but when it decides to move down, it definitely moves down. So that's just something to take into consideration right there. We are still bullish on it above 0.5, so we are still bullish above it, above 87 cents. Similar, I have my buy order at the 1618 at around 65 cents. So short term for Azero, there's two possibilities. Either we topped out right here at 95 and we're start seeing that retracement down to the 382 at 89, or we're going to be topping out at the main resistance area at 96 and then seeing that retracement back down to 89. If we drop back down to the 382 at 89 and bounce from there, we're still bullish because we'd put in a higher low. We're not bearish on Azero until we fall below the 0.5 here at 87 cents. If we fall below the 0.5 here, that would be putting in a lower low, and then we can officially say that Azero is in a downtrend, and we could start looking for some lower prices. So as of right now, I'm not looking to pick up any Azero right now until we're confirmed going lower. So short term, Azra's most likely either going to be moving up to this main resistance, or we're going to be starting that retracement right here. And I think the first stop on that retracement is going to be the 382 at around 89 cents for Azra. So let's just keep an eye on that. Yeah. Whoops. Yeah, BTC just needs to get it over with. Just rip the band-aid off, capitulate down to 14,000 and get it over with. And then we can all stop saying, where's the bottom? I mean, that's all you see on YouTube now. People put videos out and everything's clickbait, everything. Oh, BTC just made the first historical signal, blah, 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 blah. Click on this, click on that. And then you click on it and it's just like, yeah, the BTC could go up, it could go down. Nobody really knows. It's like, dude, get out of here. And then you try to look for TA videos and people are like, yeah, we're going to be 100x in our money in the next month and blah, 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 blah. It's just like, there's a handful of, I'm not saying I'm a good YouTube channel by any means. I just like putting out realistic information, and that's pretty much the main reason I made this channel, is because I used to watch a lot of TA videos and people are like, oh man, this coin's going up 100x in the next month or so, and it's like, no, it's not. You're saying it's false rumors or false information. And there's only a select few that had really good TA information out there, and I'm like, you know what, I could actually put some of my TA information out there and help benefit some people. So that's why I created my channel, because I was tired of looking at all the 100x clickbait channels. But since then, I found quite a few that are really good. Vision Pulse is pretty much one of the main people who motivated me to start my YouTube channel, because him and I charted very, very similarly. And I saw all the positive feedback he was getting and how people like that type of charting. And I'm like, hey, you know what? That's kind of how I chart too. A little bit different. So maybe I'll hop on and start my own YouTube channel. Well, that's just a little bit of background about my YouTube channel, I guess. Looking for shorts. Hot girls are waiting here. What the hell is this? Get out of here, man. I want some BTC girls. Oh, man. Shit. Oh, okay, guys. Well, one more coin. Who wants the last coin of the night? I'm gonna shower, go to bed, wake up tomorrow, maybe go for a run. Just kidding. I wouldn't run. I'm not gonna run. Wake up tomorrow and look at the charts. That's about it. YFII, please. I did YFII. I did YFII at the beginning. Just scroll back to the third video. Forgot what I said, but looks bullish. So I guess I could go over it real quick. Wi-Fi retrace back down. How's that Doge? We went over Doge already, but I'll look at that again too. Running is for birds right now. So for Wi-Fi, it's actually not looking bad. So Wi-Fi, we're bouncing off this main support area right here. We're pretty much reset on the RSI, reset on the WTX, and the MACD is still bullish. So I'd be keeping an eye on movement up to the 382 at around, what is this? We're at 1,030 right now. Um, 1030 right now. Let me redraw this fib real quick. Man, that was a massive retracement. Yeah, I mean, this thing definitely looks like it wants to head back up to around 15,000. So I'd be keeping an eye on that gradual. I don't think it's going to go up fast, but this definitely looks like the local bottom for YFII. And then we've seen that steady growth back up to around 15,000. It's hard for me to say we'll go much lower than this. I mean, if we go much lower than this, it's going to be down to around 799, 800, because that is the next main support area. So that's something we need to be considerate of, or keep in the back of your mind, I mean. So horizontal line right here. If we break below this main volume area, let me clear this up. If we break below this main volume area, we're at 1,030. If we break below $1,000, we'll be seeing that push down to around $850 to $800 area. So you have to maintain above $1,000. If we maintain above $1,000 and you start seeing some steady growth from there, that confirms that this $1,000 area, the main volume area, was the bottom. And we're going to be seeing some quick movements up to around the 786 at around 1,500 from there. So more likely than not, I can't say more likely than not, I'm actually going to be bullish on YFII. I think this is going to be the bottom, and we're going to start seeing some steady growth up to around $1,500, and that will be the case for YFII. Yo, what's up, Will? So Doge, let's I looked at Doge, but I totally forgot what I said, so let's see if what. Okay, so it's coming back to me slowly but surely. Okay, so for Doge right now, what I said was what we need to keep an eye on is this main resistance area at around 11 cents. We have been putting in higher highs and higher lows. We started the steep uptrend right here. We did have a decent sized pullback, as you can see, down around 9.7, but that still is a higher low compared to the one right here on November 28th. So as of right now, RSI is at 49. WTX is pretty much reset at 0. MACD is about ready to flip bullish. So for Doge right now, I'd be keeping an eye on a movement up to around 11 cents. And then if it hits 11 cents, that would probably be the time to consider shorting it. That's not financial advice, but I think that would be a decent sized play. You can see what last time, the only thing that, okay, I remember exactly what I said now. So I said we're gonna be moving up to around 11 cents. And then the main, something we need to keep into consideration is the last time we got all these overbought signals on the WTX was back here when we saw the steady run up, similar to like we're doing right now, but not as fast. And then we saw that retracement all the way back down to where we got that buy signal on the WTX. But this right here was a catalyst. This right here, I don't think is a catalyst. This right here was Elon Musk buying Twitter and all that shit. So this was a catalyst that caused that run up, and then it retraced back down to 50. So I'm not going to compare this run up to the other one because I don't believe this is a catalyst right here. So this one's going straight off TA, and I'm going to be calling 11 cents on Doge. And then from there, that's where we're going to start looking for that short, dropping back down and putting in a lower low. So for right now, bullish on Doge till 11. And then once you see it hit 11, 11.1, that's where we'll start seeing that pullback for Doge. Oh yeah, YFII is an easy double if it rips for sure. For sure. Double top and gonna drop. One top, two top, three top, drop top. Oh, we looked at a lot of coins tonight. Oh, Aptos is ripping right now. Hang on, let's take a look at Aptos. It was not okay. Hang on. I guess you can call that ripping. Let's look at the 1 hour. Not really. I just remember last time I checked this during the live stream that was not at number 1. It was down here at like number 5. You know, I'm so on the sidelines, like, well, on the fence about Aptos. It's like, should I invest in Aptos? But then it's just like, they're backed by a lot of big people and stuff like that, but the launch was just botched. I mean, they launched and they instantly just shit the bed. They launched back here at 10:03 and they instantly all the way down to 343. Okay guys, I'm getting tired. I gotta go shower and go to bed. I will be pumping out some videos tomorrow and Saturday. I'm gonna get back into it this week. I just took a nice week off that was nicely needed. I mean, nothing happened in crypto anyways this week, so I'll get back to the TAs. I'll start being more active in the Discord and stuff like that. So if you haven't already, make sure you join my Discord channel. The link is below in the description. I'm on there daily. It's a great way to keep in touch and just chat. There's a lot of really cool people on there. We share a lot of information with each other. No one shills anything. It's not a cult-like culture. I mean, some of the Discord channels I've been on, it's just like no discussing prices. Like, what kind of South Korean Discord is this? But yeah, Discord link is in below, and I'd appreciate if you guys smash that like button. It'd really help my videos get out to more people and help my channel grow. And if you feel like you want to, you could definitely support my channel further by becoming a member. It's $4.99 a month. You'll find the link in the description below. It enters you in my giveaways. With my last live stream, I gave away an NFT and some swag, and I'm going to continue doing that, giving away NFTs and swags on my live stream. In order to participate, you can find out how to do that in the description as well. So with that, guys, I'm going to end the live stream. I appreciate everybody coming out tonight, and I hope to catch you all on the Discord and on my next live stream. With that, Trading Crypto out.